Next up, we have Whisper of Domus Aurea from the Genshin Impact Cantus Aeternus soundtrack. Once again, everybody, this is a Basterd's LFA, a layman-friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician and composer, and my objective here is to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what is happening here, musically. So, if you like the sound of that, make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever term you're gonna use, like the video, share the video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, become a member. Once again, everybody, don't forget to join the Discord server, the gaming channel, how to request songs if you're not on the live stream, members getting early access to the content. I have a spiel for this and a bunch of other things at the end of this video, so stick around for that. Disclaimers showing on your screen right now, so go ahead and pause the video to read them in full. Otherwise, please be patient with me. I am acoustic and guitarded, so please keep that in mind. Also, at the time of recording, we recently passed 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. So thank you again, everybody, for being here. I do not take this for granted. I'm grateful every single day. We're going to be celebrating in two ways. Number one, I'm giving away 10 copies of Vintage Story. And number two, starting now with 10,000, we're going to start covering some of the games that we're going to start playing some of the games that we cover. More information on that at the end of the video and that whole spiel thing, so stick around for that. With that, let's go ahead and do this. Whisper of Domus Aurea. Let's go. Okay, so we start with a first very slow introduction of a harp doing some arpeggios. An arpeggio is when you play a chord one note at a time, as you heard over there. Then we have the higher end of the harp giving us our initial melody, which contains our initial motif. Motif being the smallest version of your musical idea, the seed, the essence from which everything else comes from. The harp also being one of the more fascinating instruments that exists in music. This beautiful instrument is it's a surprisingly complicated one to write for. Because the way that it works is that you have pedals down here that control the different tunings for some of the different strings. I believe the harps, I think it was, how many pedals do they have? I don't remember right now. I think it might be 6. Maybe I don't think 7, but yeah, it has a bunch of pedals that you can use for the tunings, and of course harps being used in the art of orchestration or instrumentation, which is the art of picking the right instruments for the right sound, the right texture, and the right psychological response. Harps being such a beautiful classical entity of themselves that nowadays we just associate them with angelic, divine, and that kind of stuff, because it just has that pure a sound. So that's what we're dealing with over here. Let's see where this goes. Classically, welcome to the, how you doing? Arpeggio, and now we're doing variations in the motif. Cadence. So over here, that was a change. So over here, we are now engaging in a couple of techniques. The most important one being sequencing. This melody engaged in a little bit of sequencing. Sequencing is a way that you can develop your material in which you play the same melodic idea from a different starting point. So if we have, for example, this kind of motif, and you sequence it, you can just play the same thing from a different starting point, right? And in this case, we were doing a couple of things. Number one, we repeat it, then we played downwards, right? So kind of thing. And then we started just changing the second half of the melody so that we could engage in reach this cadence. Of course, when you're making music, you're doing one of two things, right? You're either building tension or you're resolving that tension. That point in between, we often just call the cadence, which is just building expectation, resolving expectation. So yeah, we're having that happen, and I'll go back a couple of seconds. Let's see where this goes. So there's cadence. and very quickly we bring in some violins and violas. I think it's just violins. If we look at an orchestra, this would be the violin section. So when it comes to an orchestra, orchestras are pretty big ensembles, the largest ensemble that we know. An ensemble is just a group of musicians that is more than a solo musician, right? So over here, as you can see, that's just a lot of people in a single orchestra. So the way it's organized is that you have two string orchestras. You have two sections. One of them is the string orchestra and the rest, and then there's the rest of the stuff, right? So the string orchestra is usually made of 5 parts. 2 sections of violins, violin section number 1, violin section number 2, which just means you have a group of people all playing the same instrument, right? So all of these people are playing the first violins, then a bunch of people playing the second violins, one group, one section of violas, one section of cellos, and one section of double basses. Well, last time we did the mirror yesterday. Then we have the rest of the orchestra. You have your woodwind section, which is going to be flutes, oboes, clarinets, bassoons, maybe French horns if your composer categorizes them there. Otherwise, you then get the horn or the brass section, which is going to have your trumpets, trombones, tubas, maybe the French horns if the composer puts them there. Then you have your percussion. You have your timpani, which is a weird kind of thing. Baconelli, welcome today. And then you can have harps, you can have piano, you can have percussion, and it can, the ensembles can grow pretty insane in size, especially if you include a chorus, like chorus of people. Can get pretty insane. However, right now we had two sets of the 2 violins, I would say sections 1 and 2, doing some trills. A trill is one of the most fascinating things, in my opinion, when it comes to music, because these are basically quantum notes. A trill is just going back and forth between 2 notes. So it would be like, or. And the cool thing about this is that it takes away the effect of playing both notes at the same time. Because if I were to play the first 2, don't sound that good, right? And even the other 2, they don't sound as good together. However, when you play it on a trill, you get this very weird phenomenon where you can claim that you're playing one of the notes, both of the notes, or neither of the notes. And you can really get away with a lot with trills. And in this case, we were also doing the trills for chords. So I would say we had one over here, one down here. That kind of thing, to give it a little bit of extra beauty to this. Maybe the plot. Nah. I don't know, something like that. Maybe one above. Maybe. I don't know. So yeah, we're having that, and then the harp continues. Let's see where this goes. There's the violins doing the thing again. Oh, there's a pipe organ. Oboes. So now we're slowly introducing the rest of the orchestra. We have a pipe organ on top of this. Pipe organ being another one of these instrumentation and orchestration choices, and this one having a very different effect as to that of the harp. A pipe organ, you have to design entire buildings for this. Like, you have to build buildings around these things just to put the damn things there. These are marvels of engineering and architecture. There's no single one person that could possibly build or maintain an organ. These are extremely expensive to make, let alone maintain, which always comes, and the sound reflects it, right? Like, we have this massive sound out of these instruments, which gives that zeitgeist that we have of the higher than thou, greater than any single one individual. Because where will you see a pipe organ? Churches, cathedrals, symphony halls, these kinds of places often associated with that high society kind of thing, or the greater than thou. And these, of course, massive instruments, the keyboards alone look absolutely crazy, and there's no 2 pipe organs that are the same. So they are always having those very extra elements to them, which always gives, that idea, that psychological effect of there's something higher than any one human being. So we're including that, and we are slowly arpeggiating up the chords, and we are slowly reintroducing the orchestra. Of course, one of the instruments that we heard there, the woodwind over there, is an oboe. The oboe being this very beautiful, it's one of my favorite when it comes to this. This kind of body, very similar to the body, like a middle ground between the body of a clarinet and a flute, but you use a reed as the mouthpiece, these little bit of wood over here. Now, oboe players, very meticulous people. Extremely meticulous people. Like, it wouldn't surprise me if a good chunk of oboe players had OCD. Like, these types of people are so meticulous that they learn how to carve wood just to make their own mouthpieces. And they will maintain these things in pristine condition. Like, it's insane the amount of work. Here's a better look at the mouthpiece. So yeah, they usually don't go to luthiers for this. By the way, a luthier is the name of a person who crafts instruments for a living. So it's kind of like the carpenter of music. A luthier. These are very lucrative jobs, but they take a long time to master, right? But once you become a proper luthier, if you get an apprenticeship and you become a luthier, you set up shop next to a music school or a symphony hall, you're set for life. So yeah, we're having the oboe, very beautiful instrument. Let's see where this goes. Dano, welcome today. How you doing? Why are we looking at oboes? Because we just played this. And we get a little bit of canonic imitation. So on top of this, we are engaging in canonic imitation. Canonic imitation is a type of call and response. Call and response being a musical conversation. You have one part that does something, and then something else does something else in response. Call, response, musical conversation. Now, to not go too much into detail, canonic imitation comes from the concept of the canon with one N, which is music that builds upon itself. And basically, to keep it simple, canonic imitation is where both the call and the response are the exact same. So it's basically just echoing what one instrument did. What happened over here? The oboe played the melody, and then the organ played it right afterwards. Let's see where this goes. Oh, some chromaticism there. Building up the scale. Oh, and we resolve very gracefully to that high note. A little bit of silence. Arpeggios from the harps. So now we have two harps, it seems. Which, two harps is standard for an orchestra. If you're going to have a harp, it's usually a good idea to have two, especially if you need them to retune the harps. So yeah, let's see where this goes. This is beautiful. Okay, a lot happened, and I forgot to explain chromaticism, right? So chromaticism, we had a little bit of chromaticism over there with one of the oboes doing it. Chromaticism is when, yes, Frenzy, is when when you borrow from the chromatic scale. So the chromatic scale is all 12 tones of Western music. That is all white and black keys in the keyboard, right? So if we were to take, for example, the key of C major, which is C, D, E, F, G, A, and B, that's our scale, which means we have the rest, which is all white keys in the keyboard, right? Which means we have 5 more keys that remain. So chromaticism is borrowing from the notes that you're not using in order to engage in whatever different combinations or effects you want. In this case, what did we do? We had this kind of melody, right? Like just rising melody. And what did we do with the chromaticism? We ended up elongating, we ended up pushing back the landing of that final note. So yeah, we had that. Then we had the basses, the double basses, the big ones over here, the ones that you have to stand up to play, doing a little bit of pizzicato. Pizzicato is when you take an instrument that you would usually play with a bow and you pluck the string instead. That is pizzicato. The opposite of pizzicato is arco. Arco means bow. So you play with the bow. Pizzicato, you pluck the string instead. Let's see where this goes, because I did hear some vocals. Let's see. So there it is, and So now we replace a good chunk of the stuff. We bring in a piano playing some arpeggios. We bring a vocalist. We bring a singer over here singing a very sweet variation of the melody. Let's see where this goes. With a bit of sequencing. We have the violins in the background playing the chords. Oh, the oboe and the flute. I think it's a flute. Oh, I love the oboe in this one, dude. The oboe is so good. Every single note the oboe is doing is building so much more into this. Very beautiful. Yeah, no, this is just beautiful, dude. Let me just see where this goes. We bring in a chime. That chime, I think it might be a glockenspiel. A glockenspiel, of course, being this probably one of the smaller mallet instruments that are out there. Very beautiful one, and it sounds it's got that very divine chimey sound. Let's see where this goes. The different strings. Bringing that. Okay, we bring in that climax. We now have the flutes doing what are called runs. A run in music is just when you're playing scales fairly fast, right? And we are just having the flutes giving us a couple of counter melodies, adding a little bit more harmony to everything, just making, complementing the voice that we're having. This is a very sweet voice that she has. Let's just see where this goes. There's the piano doing its thing. Beautiful crescendo. We're slowly getting. We bring in a chorus as well. We bring in some women, like a group of women singing, and we are just building up for this grand finale. I'm gonna go back a couple of seconds. Let's see where this goes. Counter melodies from the flutes and the violins. We reach that high note. We hold everything there. And we resolve nice and gracefully. And there you have it. Oh, what a beautiful composition that was. That was so beautiful. That was super well paced too. That was incredible. What an evolution from just the harp to then everything. Oh my god, that was beautiful. One of the I would say it's probably one of the most beautiful one we've seen from Genshin so far. That was insanely good. There you have it. That was Whisper of Domus Aurea from the Genshin Impact Cantus Aeternus soundtrack. Once again, everybody, this has been a Basterd's LFA, a layman-friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician, a composer, and my objective here has been to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what's happened here, musically. So, if you're watching this on the YouTube video archive thing, thank you for watching. Make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever button you're gonna use. Like the video, share the video, share the video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, become a member. Once again, everybody, at the time of recording, we recently passed 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. So thank you again, everybody, for being here. I do not take this for granted. I am grateful every single day for this. As I said, in celebration, we're going to be doing two things. Number one, I'm giving away 10 copies of Vintage Story. It used to be a Minecraft mod. Now it's its own standalone game. I love it so much more than I ever did Minecraft, which is why I'm giving away 10 copies of this. These giveaways are going to happen on the Discord during the second half of February. So make sure that you've joined the Discord, linked in the description, so that you can know when these are going to happen. That's way number one. Number two, starting now with 10,000, every 5,000 subscribers up until 100,000, we're going to start checking out some of the games that we cover on this channel. We're going to start checking them out. The first two games that I'm going to check out are going to be Just Shapes and Beats and Limbus Company. We're gonna play them live on this channel in the after shows of some of the live streams, and the recordings then are gonna go into the gaming channel. More of that in a little bit. So yeah, we're gonna be doing that. 15,000, we're gonna check something else. 20,000, we're gonna check something else, and we will take it from there. So yeah, make sure that you join the Discord. That's where everything gets announced first, whether it's the streams going live, videos going up in the channels, updates, projects, giveaways, everything gets announced there first. Of course, that's where we also have the community, where we hang out, we chat, we steal memes from other people's servers, and where I host our vintage story server, excuse me. Yeah, I love the game so much that I built a computer just to host a server for it. So yeah, linked in the description. Join the Discord community today. Become a member of our Discord community now, linked in the description. Also, share this video with your friends, with your families, with your family's friends, with your friends' families. Those are two very distinct concepts, by the way. With your online and offline communities, go share these videos with everybody that you know. Also use the hype function on YouTube. We have a group on the Discord that coordinates for that, so linked in the description. Go help the community grow. Go help the channel grow. Yeah. Musicians, artists, or otherwise on YouTube or elsewhere, this is an open invitation. If you want any of my musical skills for any of your projects, whether it is my guitars, Mongolian throat singing, you know, the little kind of thing, regular singing, voice acting, whatever it is, reach out, let me know, let's work together, let's collaborate, let's make stuff, right? And if you're in the audience and you know somebody that you would like me to collaborate with, reach out, let them know. Please do not harass anyone. Please do not spam anyone. Be cool about things. Don't be a rat. Members get early access to the content. I schedule the videos for the week on Saturdays. And if you're a paid member on YouTube, regardless of your tier, you get access to the videos when I schedule them, at least for the LFAs. So become a member today. If you want to listen to this without me interrupting in 3.5 seconds, I'll be linking in the description down below. If you want to request a song and you're not on the live stream, check the pinned comment on this video. It has the instructions on what to do. If you want to catch the streams when they happen live, we aim for Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Central European Time. We stream live on Twitch, YouTube, and Kick so that you can tune in from whichever platform you prefer. Again, 6 p.m. Central Europe. If you're not in Europe, do not worry. We have the full up-to-date streaming schedule showing in your local time zone in both Discord and Twitch. So, if you live in Aguas Buenas and you're like, yeah, but what time is 6 p.m. in Hungary? I don't live there. Do not worry. Just go to Discord or Twitch and it's going to show in your local time zone. And follow the gaming channel. I have a gaming channel because, of course, I have a gaming channel. I'm on YouTube. What else could I possibly have? Games are Basterd. That's where I put the gaming after show recordings when they happen, the VODs at least. Recorded live during the main channel's after show. Then the recordings go here. This is where the Just Shapes and Beats, Limbus Company, and all the other game VODs are going to go. So, linked in the description or just search on YouTube. Same username as James R. Basterd. Just swap the J for a G and you got it. And yeah, there you have it. Whisper, Domus Aurea, Genshin Impact. What a beautiful journey that was, dude. That was awesome. Really good stuff, man. Really good stuff. But yeah, let's move on.